I wanted to make a song that had guitar in it, but there was only one problem. I don't know how to play guitar. At least, not that well. So what I did is I recorded myself playing guitar, I chopped up the best parts, and I turned them into 4 different guitar loops. We're gonna see how well guitar sounds with 1% skill and 99% editing. Let's start with the easiest sounding one and work our way up. For this first guitar part, I wanted some simple chords that I could put in the song. This is what it sounded like after I pieced it all together. I was going for the distorted sound with movement, so I added a guitar rig with some distortion and flanger to have that movement on top. I want to go over 3 things with each beat. I was going for something that kind of sounded like a guitar that I could put in the background, so I went with actually a pad voice. The next thing that I really liked about this beat is the tape stop effect. I've heard this in a few hyperpop songs, so I wanted to put it in on this one. And I'm doing this through a plugin called Glitch. And then the third thing on here is the vocals. I really wanted to take this to the next level, so I recorded vocals for each of these beats. I was messing around and I put some grain delay on there, and it sounded pretty cool. We've got the dry sound,
Time in this place in my mind,
a low octave grain delay, and then a high octave grain delay. All together, it sounds like this.
time in this place in my mind.
I also recorded some background vocals on there, which was something I've never done. That was my 3 things for this beat. I'm gonna play the full song right now.
I bet it all the time in this place in my mind. Not trying to hold me down when I go to see the lights. It finally doesn't matter if I'm wrong or if I'm right. Each day is getting better if I'm finally feeling fine. I'm finally feeling fine.
For beat number 2, I did something that I called ARP chords simple. I held a chord position and I plucked each individual string. Altogether, this is what the loop turned into. I wanted to do the intro where it sounds like it's coming from some old speakers. So I put some RC20 on it and it sounded like this. 3 things in this beat that I wanted to show you. The first is some glitch plugins that I've got on the guitar during the chorus. The second thing I've got on here is some effects on the snare. I'm going for the classic hyperpop metallic snare. Without the effects, it would sound like this. I just threw in Serum effects with a preset from my Cute and Stuff pack, and it has just a load of effects on there. The third thing is a vocal chop that I put in there. I have this line at the end of the chorus that sounds like this.
It's what I want, it's what I want.
I made a new layer, put it up an octave, and chopped it up. It sounds like this now. It's time for that whole beat. Let's hear it.
If I'm in too deep, if it's complicated, eyes from shore, can't hear the words I'm saying. If you say me sick, don't you worry about me. It's what I want, it's what I want, it's what I want, it's what I want.
For beat number 3, I have a pattern that I called ARP lead complex. It's somewhere between an arpeggio of a chord and like a lead line. This one I had to record at 1/4 of speed because it's way too fast for me to play. I wanted some distortion on it, so I put a guitar rig on there, and I went with the preset Fat Dirt. Here's what it sounded like when I sped it up. Three things for this beat that I want to show you. The first is all the instruments I've got going on in the chorus. I've got actually 3 different background leads in there, and altogether, I think it sounds pretty nice. The second thing I wanted to show you is actually pretty simple. If you're a new producer just starting out and want some good 808s, this is the place to go. It was a pack by Somatics and San Holo. If you're going for like a really clean 808 sound, I would go for those every single time. The third thing I want to show you is the vocals. So I recorded these at half speed at 80 BPM. I sped those up and pitched them up 12 semitones. And here's what it sounded like. And then I used the manipulator plugin to shift the formant down. So that's how I got kind of a clean, high-pitched, but not chipmunky sounding vocal. All right, it's time to play the full beat. Let's do it. For the fourth beat, I've got something that I called Top Lead Complex. I had to record this one in the same way as I did the last one, a quarter speed, and for this one I actually used the whammy bar. The next thing I did was added a lot of distortion on it. The final thing is speeding it up. Here's what it sounds like at full speed. Man, those fingers are moving. Three things with this beat as well. The first thing is the effects that I put on there. You're gonna hear something in the background that sounds like a drum and bass vocal chant. And that's actually from my hyperpop effects sample pack. Here are all the little effects that I put in the background of this drop. The second thing I want to go over is this little vocal piano thing that I've got going on. And that's a preset I called Voice OST. I've got Glitch doing a re-trigger, and I have that automated on and off right here. And then the third thing on here is the vocals. I was going for like a Planet 1999 vocal where it has like a lot of chorus on it. So I've got a doubler on there and also a chorus with lots of feedback.
You and I flying by in the light, keep the night. I know it's real, love is real.
All right, I'll play the full beat in a second. I want to say thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.